Hello and welcome to your English news broadcast live from our headquarters at Asmara with your domestic and international news in brief. I'm Zahra Baduri, but first we'll begin with your major headlines for this broadcast. President Isias conducts interview with ERi-TV and Radio Zafash. Preparation underway for International Women's Day commemoration and more on the domestic. On your international, China hopes Australia can provide a fair and non-discriminatory environment on yesterday's report. And United States and South Korea will conduct more than 10 days of large-scale military drills. Welcome to your domestic in brief, your primary exclusive. President Isias conducted in the evening hours of today, 4th March, an interview with the national media outlets focusing on domestic affairs. In the interview, President Isias gave extensive briefing on the economic and social developmental roadmap and framework that was charted out in the year 2019, water infrastructure and its progresses, Eritrea's potential in blue economy, as well as on the mining sector and its future prospects. The detailed report of this interview will be aired on our tomorrow's news coverage. With your preceding domestic report, International Women's Day, 8 March, will be celebrated under the theme Eritrean Women, Unwavering to Undertake and Sweats to Cultivate, featuring various cultural and artistic programs, according to Mrs. Takhat Mikael, President of the National Union of Eritrean Women. In an interview she conducted with ERINA in connection with 8 March, International Women's Day, Mrs. Takhat stated that the day will be commemorated enthusiastically, featuring various cultural and artistic performances, as well as supporting disadvantaged families and voluntary blood donation throughout the country, indicating that the NUEW is working to improve the socioeconomic capacity of its members by distributing about 800 motor water pumps. Mrs. Takha commended area administrators and village coordinators for providing the members of the union with farmland and the Ministry of Agriculture for supplying them with select seeds. Mrs. Takha also stated that in the year 2022, vocational training programs were organized for women in various fields, including computer technology, video editing, beauty salon, raffia, and bead crafting, weaving, sewing, and beehiving, among others, that microcredit opportunities were created for thousands of women from all regions. Mrs. Taha also called on all concerned institutions and bodies to tackle harmful practices, including underage marriages, pointing out that vocational training centers established by Eritrean women abroad are contributing to empowering women, called for its reinforcement. Mrs. Takha finally called on the Eritrean women to strengthen participation in all development programs of the country, as always. A framework focusing on mother and child health was conducted in Barantu from 28 February to 2nd of this March. The workshop, in which health coordinators and NUEW representatives from the 9 subzones of the Gashbarka region participated, mainly focusing on controlling and eradicating harmful practices that negatively affect the health of the mother and child, as well as on waiving of installing societal values. The workshop also covered various issues, including the prevention of communicable diseases, eradication of harmful practices, enhancing the awareness of the family on the regulations and guidelines to control harmful practices, as well as on administration and organizational capacity. Speaking at the workshop, the chairwoman of the NUEW branch in the Gashbarka region, Mrs. Yehdaka Yohannes, stated that the activities that have been undertaken have played a positive role in the improvement of the living standards of the society, as well as ensuring mother and child health, called for its enrichment as well. She also underlined the significance of organizing the workshop in addressing the challenges encountered in Gashbarka region. Participants on their part indicated the importance of the workshop in upgrading their skills and knowledge of the field and called for its sustainability. An activity assessment meeting was conducted in Galalo subzone, focusing on enhancing the participants and participation of the public in developmental programs. Speaking at the event, the Secretary of the PFDJ branch in the Northern Red Sea region, Mr. Rezana Adonai, gave an extensive briefing on the homeland and regional political, social, economical, as well as security situations, and pointed out that communicable and commandable developments activities conducted in the subzone in the year 2022. Mr. Rezana also called for reinforced integrated effort on the part of all concerned bodies for a better outcome. Mr. Ahmed Jafar, head of the political affairs, and Mr. Ahmed Abdul Qadir, head of the organizational affairs, on their part, presented activity reports as well as charted out development programs for the year 2023. Participants on their part, underlining the significance of organizing meeting and seminars, called for reinforced effort in ensuring potable water supply, alleviation of transportation problems, as well as reinforcing forestation activities. Stay tuned for more on your global reports after this. According to yesterday's reports, China hopes Australia can provide a fair and non-discriminatory environment to Chinese enterprises, said a foreign ministry spokesperson at a news conference yesterday after Australia's decision to block a Chinese investment in a rare earths mining company. Australia blocked a Yushao Fund, which is the Singaporean registered private company of Chinese mining investor Yushao Wang, from rising its stake of Northern Minerals from 9.92% to 19.9%. Australia said all decisions on foreign investment are made in its national interest, and it expects trade talks with China to continue after reports Beijing had protested Canberra's investment ban. Australia has previously said it would become more selective about who it lets invest in its critical mineral industry, and concerned about monopolies. On your final report, United States and South Korea will conduct more than 10 days of large-scale military drills in March, including amphibious landings, officials from the two countries reported yesterday. The exercises, dubbed Freedom Shields, unquote, will be held from 13th to 23rd of this March to strengthen the allies' combined defensive posture, the two militaries said at a news briefing in Seoul. South Korea's Joint Chief of Staff Public Affairs Director, Colonel Lee Sang-jun, said that the joint exercise is designed to strengthen response capabilities of the alliance by focusing within the exercise scenario on the changing threats and security environment, such as North Korea's advanced nuclear and missile program, and lessons learned from recent war and conflict. Past drills have drawn sharp reactions from North Korea, including missile launches and nuclear threats. Pyongyang has said such joint military operations are proof that Washington and its allies are hostile. That is all for now, dear viewers, with your reports on your local and international exclusive reports here on ERi-TV. Until we are back with some more news, stay and enjoy the rest of our programs, and do stay tuned for more of your news updates. Until then, these are your exclusives in review. President Isaias conducted interview with ERi-TV and Radio Dimzahfash. Preparation underway for International Women's Day. On your international hopes, Australia can provide a fair and non-discriminatory event to Chinese enterprises. And United States and Korea will conduct more than 10 days of large-scale military drills, according to yesterday's report. Do stay tuned for more of your reports. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.